All right, welcome back. Oh my goodness. It is today Wednesday? Thursday. I am losing track of time. It is Thursday. Welcome to Thursday's edition as this war continues. And right now, there's a battle. When you're in war, you're not always firing a gun. You're not always fighting. Sometimes you're sleeping. Sometimes, you're just traveling or whatever. And sometimes you're fighting, but you're still over somewhere in war, engaged in war. So this war on dog culture has its ups and downs. You'll have moments where the general public and media is not paying any attention to dog culture. And after a few horrible attacks, now the media and everyone else is paying attention to dog attacks. Right now, there are a lot of people paying attention to dog attacks because of these bans that are being put in place in the UK. And before they started to talk about that ban, it was haywire because you heard those stories coming out of India, the craziest stories, and here in the United States and the UK. The attack stories have been accumulating over several months. I would say all this year. All this year, it's been like nonstop madness, pandemonium. You might have a week here or there, but for the most part, it's just been crazy where story after story after story is going viral. Okay, so the world is paying attention. And as they pay attention, I want to make sure I put out as much information as possible. I'm getting on here sometimes when I shouldn't. Now, I saw something not long ago. Sometimes my YouTube channel that I'm currently on will recommend videos from my other channel. And I went and I checked out a couple of these videos, and it's strange how I started this channel some 6-7 years ago, and so many people have seen this channel. The channel itself has a lot of views. And I noticed that some subjects trigger discussions a lot more than others. For example, the video I made about cats, and this one, cat versus dog, cats versus dogs as pets, uploaded that 5 years ago. Okay, and you see it has 49,000 views. However, even though it has only 49,000 views, it has 3,752 comments. Right? Creeping up on 4,000 comments. So this is a subject that people have a lot to say about. Cats versus dogs. That's one subject that could get the message out there for you. Okay, just to lay out the basics. Be very basic, but that's a lot of comments for a video with only 49,000 views. For example, on this video has 372,000 views. Okay, creeping up on 500,000 views. And understand, people, I had to get these views independently. YouTube don't promote me. It's almost like they try to shadow ban me. A lot of people said that I'm shadow banned. 372,000 views versus 49,000 views. You would think the video with 372,000 views has far more comments. And that's not the case at all. That video, several dog owners have sex with their dogs right here only has 782 comments. 782 compared to 3,700 something. So I just thought that was interesting. Some subjects, some things people want to talk about, some things people don't want to talk about. When it comes to dogs and whether or not we should get rid of them, ban any of them, everybody is going to pay attention all over the world. And, I think it's pathetic that these mutants have to rip your kid's larynx out to get your attention. All right? They actually have to launch an attack that you're fully aware they're capable of launching for you to get the message. Basically, people, these nutters are extremely arrogant in thinking that they can control the brain, completely control the brain of dogs. See, there's no room for error when you're a nutter, especially when you got a large, vicious dog. If you lose control for 1 second, that could cause an attack. That's all it takes. Far too much room for error. In fact, you're never successful. You may walk your dog outside and you come back home and the dog didn't try to attack anyone. But you got to do that for 10, 15 years. There's a good chance that worthless mutt is going to attack someone somewhere, and your life is going to be completely ruined. Here's what dog lovers say on my channel. Hate channel. Bad channel. Cats are better than you. Okay. So this is why I don't respond to my critics. Or at least not the nutters. A behaviorist or something come through, yeah, I'll give them some feedback because that's what I'm looking for. My goal is to get rid of dogs. When dogs are banned, I'll close this channel. I'm dead serious. You let dogs get banned. Listen, if all large dogs are banned here in the United States, I will shut this channel down. Okay, I'll shut it down. Then I'll create another channel that deals primarily with our health. Realistically, there's no way any country on this planet would ban all large dogs all at once. It would have to start like what we're seeing in the UK with breeds. And really, the Bully XL is like a sub-breed. The breed really is the bully breed. That's the one thing all the bully breeds have in common. They're all bully breeds from the bull breed. That is code language for mutant. They're nothing but extremely mutated dogs. Dogs are mutants already. The non-bully breed dogs are mutants. And the bully breeds are even more mutated. That's all this is. Brampton dog attack. Shar-Pei pit bull mauled owners. Okay. Now, I wanted to point something out. I've shared this story already. But they gave an update. Y'all remember this story. This is when the dog started to attack its owner and someone else inside the home. Shar-Pei, look at this. Look at what they said here. A dog who mauled 2 people had a tragic past, which could have prompted the attack, according to RSPCA. This is another narrative that the media and everybody needs to deal with. This idea that dogs that had a tragic past are going to attack. There's an increased chance that they're going to attack unprovoked in the future. They're going to attack someone that they shouldn't, like their owner. Dog attack reports are riddled with this excuse put out by the RSPCA and other nutter organizations. Oh, it had a tragic past. But this narrative that dogs that have had something done to them in the past triggering an attack sometime in the future, that needs to be confronted because it's unreasonable. People, that's unbelievably, and it goes against their own rhetoric. They say that these things deserve a second chance. They say that these things can be rehabilitated. They brag about how they take fighting dogs and turn them into loving family pets. You can't then say, oh, it's because of its past after it attacked someone. No, you said they can be rehabilitated. If they're proving to not be able to be rehabilitated, we need to point that out. We don't need to continue to hear you tell us lies. And this is, I thought this was so pathetic. Once again, in the midst of discussions about bans, politicians, governors giving their take on dangerous dogs, there's really overall just a discussion about dangerous dogs right now. And the RSPCA, probably one of the most well-known nutter organizations, you come out with the same old tired, debunked. Okay, and this is the RSPCA. Now check out what they said was so tragic about this worthless months past. They said that the dog had been stabbed 15 times. See, the dog was stabbed 15 times when his owner was attacked and was recovering at home when it turned on its owners. So when this dog attacked them, it was recovering from an injury. That's pretty epic itself. But anyway, why did this person stab this dog? Was it in self-defense? Generally, people are not just going to walk up. Notice you hear all these stories of people just randomly and unprovoked walking up to people walking pit bulls and attacking the pit bull. There are a lot of stories like this out there, people. How many of you, does that sound realistic to you? Does that sound like something that anybody would do? No. If you're just desperate to kill a dog, why would you go after a bully breed? And why would you use a knife? And why would you attack it while it's with its owner? These cases where somebody walks up to somebody walking a pit bull and attacks all nonsense. These are stories of self-defense. What we do see, and we've caught this on camera several times, people walking dogs and the dog tries to attack someone. Well, sometimes those people have knives. And they flip that situation into a story of abuse. And that's how they frame this story. Oh, its owner was walking it and some evil person just randomly pulled out a knife and started stabbing it. Shut up. Every single stabbing of a bully breed from this seat, I look at those cases as self-defense until proven otherwise. Far too many times we've seen and heard about these things attacking unprovoked, and we all know how dogs are. We all know that they attack unprovoked. So with that in mind, that justifies believing that it was self-defense when you hear these types of stories until proven otherwise. And how is it supposed to be acceptable or reasonable for a dog to turn on its owner simply because it was stabbed by someone else? Like, what type of sense does that make? You expect people to hear that and say, oh, okay, that makes sense. No, it doesn't. Is the dog not aware of who its owner is? Can the dog not distinguish between its owner and some stranger wielding a knife stabbing it? Is it getting confused? Did it momentarily think that its owner was actually that same knife wielding person? Nonsense. See, at your convenience, you suggest that dogs can distinguish between humans. Y'all say that dogs know who their owners are and their faces light up when you walk through the door. But in this situation, they're trying to act like, oh, the dog didn't know that that was actually its owner. This is the type of stuff that annoys me with these nutters. This type of sleazy, evil dishonesty. Wow. Okay. It gets worse. They said that this dog attacked them. I don't even remember pointing this out. They believe the dog attacked them because they had an argument between each other or with each other. Now, if you have a pet capable of killing that will attack its owner if it's attacked by some stranger, that's a creature that is not a pet and should be banned and should never be considered a pet under no circumstances. Simply because somebody or some other animal hurts you, you gonna come home and hurt me? The person's been feeding your worthless life, taking care of you? That don't make sense. And you dumb if you want something like that in your home. You're a flat out idiot. And if you got kids in the home, curse your ignorant behind. The Shar-Pei Pit Bull, look at this. The attack is believed to have been sparked by an argument between the owners. Again, any creature capable of killing an adult and willing to kill an adult that will attack its own owners simply because its owner is having an argument with someone else, another human in the home. We've heard this story before. That dogs will attack people if people are having an argument with other people. In what way does that make sense? Why should we view that behavior as acceptable? That behavior alone, look at all these triggers that we have record of. This should add to the case as to why they should be illegal. Nobody's delving into everything that needs to be talked about. They're not getting into exactly how dangerous these things are. There are a lot of different details in different ways in which they are a safety hazard to the point where it shouldn't be tolerated. Pretty ridiculous. So what a worthless, stupid type of pet. And it proves you have a low IQ. Especially when you cooped up in a home with no weapon, with a mutt, full-grown bully breed you got from a shelter somewhere. Boy, you truly reveal your IQ when you do that. You bully breed owners, y'all need to get rid of these dogs right now. I'm telling you, there is a massive awakening, and you are going to be looked at as the filth and the low IQ people of society. Get rid of these things. They really say a mouthful about how deteriorated your brain is. And shout out to somebody. Who was that? Yusuf Mamba. Somebody left an excellent comment. They said, and I'm going to have to do a video about this. Y'all heard about those mind-controlling parasites, right? Y'all remember we talked about those mind-controlling parasites? Y'all remember the anti-dog content creator who first started to point this out? The mouse or a rat will contract a parasite from a cat, and that parasite will provoke and almost take control of the mouse's brain and cause it to walk right up to the cat with no fear, to just walk right in front of it, parasites from the cat causes these other animals to basically commit suicide. Do your research on it. They have parasites that get into the prey and causes the prey to be numb to threats, to physical threats. Well, don't y'all think it's kind of ironic that veterinarians probably lead in suicide? Nearly 400 veterinarians committed suicide between 1979 and 2015. 400. From what I understand, they lead in suicide. Researchers try to understand high suicide rate among veterinarians. Why are they committing suicide? Huh? Why are they so miserable? They're doing the job they love. They wasn't forced into that occupation. These veterinarians are nutters. Every day when they're at work, they're at heaven. They're in heaven. Why are they committing suicide when these are the biggest nutters in the world, surrounded by dogs every single day? Just throwing that out there. Because it is a fact that these people carry the parasites from their dogs in their own body. That is irrefutable. That's a fact. So what is it doing to them? And is it also causing them to put other people in danger and to not feel anything about it, to have no emotion, no compassion? Does it cause them to reduce their value of life? Right? The value they put on human life. It would seem so. And I'm open to that idea 100%. Okay? Veterinarians lead in suicide. That when I first heard, I only recently heard about this. They would have been the last people, I would think, that would want to commit suicide. They're in dog heaven every day, but no, they're offing themselves. So I say there's a whole lot to learn about this dog world that people are not talking about. There's a lot that scientists, for example, could tell us. But I doubt they're even doing the research on these dogs. And they should be, because these things exchange body fluids with us as a human population. We should know everything there is to know about dogs. Understand, dogs, we basically accept them as family, as members, as citizens. These nutters, they do everything with dogs that they do with other humans. Kiss, exchange body fluids, and all of that. And we want to point to a meat market when we have these diseases and outbreaks. No, the first thing we need to pay attention to is these nasty disease-ridden mutants. Over half the population got cooped up in the house with them. So wow, that is pathetic. Oh, it had a tragic past. So if you defend yourself from a dog, that same dog is going to attack somebody unprovoked in the future? The dog don't know if it was defense or not. Dogs don't think anything of their own violence. That's why they'll launch an unprovoked attack against their owner and they won't stop. They'll attack them until they kill them. Dogs don't feel remorse or regret. So if a dog attacks someone and that someone defends themselves and stabs it, that's the same thing as if somebody randomly walked up and started stabbing the dog. This is something even you dog nutters have to accept. So I defended myself from a dog by stabbing it, And that same dog then went home and attacked its owner because I stabbed it, because I wouldn't let it attack me. What a deranged so-called pet. And this is why dog culture deserves to be criticized the way that it is. Good.
Stop two dogs from attacking someone in a Mallard. A woman tells Queen City News that she jumped in to stop two dogs from attacking someone in a Mallard Creek neighborhood.
This happened Monday morning. Queen City News anchor Robin Kennedy is live on Mallard Highlands Drive, where the dogs attacked two women. Robin, the witness tells you the daughter of the first
attack. A woman tells Queen City News that she jumped in to stop two dogs from attacking someone in a Mallard Creek neighborhood.
This happened Monday morning. Queen City News anchor.
Now, ladies, since I got y'all here, let me ask y'all something. Y'all always taunting these dogs around as these great defenders of women. That's why you take these goofy selfies with these dogs. Y'all swear up and down, oh, this will protect me and my family. Nothing attack women more than dogs. Understand that. Females are one of the highest attack victim demographics.
Robin Kennedy is live on Mallard Highlands.
Jumped in to stop two dogs from attacking someone in a Mallard Creek neighborhood.
This happened Monday morning. Queen City News anchor Robin Kennedy is live on Mallard Highlands Drive, where the dogs attacked two women. Robin, the witness tells you the daughter of the first victim showed up with a gun, saying she was going to kill the dogs.
Right, pretty crazy story, Morgan and Alicia. The woman who says she intervened in the first attack believes the second one did not have to happen.
I can see her on the ground.
The first one didn't have to happen. What are you talking about, the second one? Come on, man, don't say stuff like that. The second one. The first one didn't have to happen. It shouldn't have.
I just take off running from there.
Bridget Clark heard car horns honking outside the daycare she runs. When she came outside, she saw drivers were trying to distract two dogs as they were attacking a woman. Bridget called 911 and tried to get the pair of Cane Corso mixes to stop mauling the
Cane Corso mixes. This here in the United States, right? Here, let me get, oh, wait a minute. What are you going to do, United States? Charlotte, North Carolina. So these are basically bully XLs. These are giant bully breeds that need to be banned as well. And there are more people talking about the need to ban all bully breeds and all large vicious dogs. There are talks about that right now.
woman.
And I'm like, come. And then I see them turn and start to come to me.
She says only one dog had a leash and a collar, and she wrapped the leash around both dogs to get them under control. A short time later, she says the victim's daughter drove up with her boyfriend.
She has a gun, and she's saying, I'm going to kill them. And I'm screaming, no. And that, the dogs get in front of me as if to protect me. As if to protect me. And they pushed me. The dogs pushed me over, and they just went for her. And I held on to the leash as tight as I could. That's when this happened, because then they just lunged at her.
Bridget got the dogs off the second victim and didn't even realize she got scraped up when she got pulled by the dogs. She said everything was calm again until there was another disruption across the street.
At that time, I heard the gun go off. And I look and I see he's got the gun pointed down into the ground.
She says the second victim's boyfriend fired off the gun, and one of her daycare parents asked him to stop shooting, and he did. Bridget says the dog's owner showed up about an hour after the attack, and she never saw the owner prior to that. There are a lot of things Bridget wishes would have happened differently, but stepping in to help is not one of them.
The second attack, in my opinion, because I was right in the middle of it, did that have to happen? No, it could have very well been avoided. Do I feel sorry for her that she was attacked? Absolutely, and I hope that she recovers and she's well. My main thought was her mother, because of what I saw on the ground. I mean, I saw her right in the middle of that, getting attacked as well.
Medic told.
Okay. So there you go. Yet another attack. This surfaced 2 days ago. Okay, now I think I talked about this. It's like an update. After these attacks, usually they don't have much information about the story until a few days later. Speaking of that, there's another update that we're going to have to deal with here. Wait a minute. Oh, no, this is not it. That's another attack. This took place like a day ago. This surfaced yesterday. Another attack. Okay, I think this was that attack they was just talking about. And they actually got an interview with one of the females who got chopped up.
With you about this horrific attack.
And then they attacked her son.
She could have died. Puncture wounds up.
And a warning for some of the images you're about to see may be disturbing for some.
Now, I don't think I can show these. I have to double check it. But I think that rule might only apply to kids. You're not allowed to show kids with like real bad injuries. Man, I hate all these stupid rules and policies.
Puncture wounds up.
We need to be able to see these injuries, man.
Bit me here.
But you know what? They're not that bad anyways. Her injuries are not that bad. But I don't know what's going on under that cast. Let me not say that. Anything could be going on with her. But the ones she shows don't look as bad as some of the ones I've seen. But yet another attack unprovoked as always. Y'all know the routine. And these is Cane Corsos. Now what? Now what? Don't we have a problem? Don't we have a continued problem? Why are we only talking about the Bully XL, UK? Okay? It's not going to make sense. Now what you going to do? You're going to say, oh, no, we're not going to ban the Bully XL because if we ban it, then we'll then have to ban other breeds. Yes. You big dummy. Why are you fighting against becoming more intelligent? Why are y'all fighting against evolution? That's what y'all doing. You just want to stay in the gutter on the level of a wild animal. That's exactly the point. To get rid of a problem, it might require one breed at a time. After the bully breeds are gone, let's start working on these German Shepherds. German Shepherds are gone, let's start working on the Jack Russells. And keep going till there's not a worthless mutt left on the planet. So I'm telling you, for health reasons, all of these mutants are dangerous for human beings. They could have really been the culprit behind, and they were, several of outbreaks in humans. They are a threat to our very existence, and we need to take that serious. What is wrong with y'all? Y'all not true leaders. You lawmakers, none of you are true leaders. Y'all don't think like leaders governing a society like this. The safety of our young supposed to be priority number one over everything else. And if we have to remove an entire animal species to ensure our safety and really mainly the safety of our young, that's what we should do. That is what shows you have character. Allowing people to own these things as pets and promoting them as pets shows how much of a dirtbag you is. A sick, evil devil. That's what it is. Goofy nutters. Y'all be upsetting me. Why? Why can't y'all just stop? Just stop and be normal. Now again, I don't like it, but these people carry dog parasites inside of them. When those same parasites get into other animals, those other animals become like possessed. They'll run right up to the parasite that was given from the cat or dog, basically commit suicide. We got people who spend a lot of time around dogs committing a lot of suicide. Understand, there's a lot more information to be learned out here. What in the world? Okay, wait a minute. How many of y'all are up to date on this story right here. I believe her looks is getting a lot of people's attention, at least a lot of men. And I don't care. Whatever gets your attention, as long as you're paying attention. Now, I actually talked about this, but do y'all know there's an update to this? I think I talked about it, and I think I talked about it last night. Shout out to the members. I apologize. I got home last night after a long day at work, and I started babbling, and I'm telling you, I don't remember what I was talking about. And I need to go and listen to it again. I don't remember nothing. I'm sorry. But sometimes in the members section, I just babble. I click record and start babbling, or go live, start babbling. Another thing, animal lovers, where are you? You people are so passionate that you'll gather in large groups in streets and whatnot when dogs are under attack, when it's for a dog. Why do you never rally against dogs because of how dogs attack animals? Particularly harmless animals like swan. You know, every day at my job, I walk in close proximity. I get very close to entire families. And I don't know what these are. They might be swan or something. I don't know what they are. Big ducks. But they walk in large, very large groups here in Ohio. Very large groups. And they will walk very close to people. And I will walk right past them. They don't get scared. Why aren't they getting scared? Like the dumb dog. Why aren't they so-called territorial? Quite often they have their young too. And they don't bother us. They share this planet with us in peace. Why is it that dogs get a pass for launching attacks on us simply because, oh, it was scared, it was just scared? No. These are very dysfunctional, abnormal mutants that y'all never should have created. And we're wasting time, actually. We could be doing other things to evolve ourselves. We're wasting time dealing with you idiots who've created a population of mutants and scratching your head wondering if you should get rid of them, even though they ripping your kids' throats out. You still wondering, is it worth it? Can we do it? Lord, boy, we are in a low point intellectually. We're at a low point intellectually. I don't want to hear nothing about no scientific advancement. I am not impressed by an ability to create a neat little gadget. Shout out to this Indian journalist. And actually, this is what I was talking about in the members area, wasn't it? It wasn't this article, but it was like the same narrative. Look at this title. Do you love pets like family? She really meant dogs, because that's what she's talking about, dogs. Do you really love dogs like family? This woman got betrayed, ended up in hospital with disastrous injuries after dog attack. But people, nutters, dog lovers, let me ask y'all this question. How is this even possible? Y'all talk about how rare it is and how unusual it is for one dog to turn on its owner. How is it possible for two of them? Don't you think one dog would turn on her and then the other one will fight that dog off? Like, what are you doing? You don't attack our owner. We love her, right? Remember? Look, y'all go to this woman's Facebook and you look at some of the pictures that she uploaded, where she laying in bed, snuggled up with these mutts as if they are her lover. I mean, it's over the top nuttery. Shout out to all the members up in here. Who's that? Jeannie, Dogs Are Trash. Mr. Payne up in here. Shout out to everybody. Shout out to Vegan and all the new members of the channel. I'm going to start having a whole lot of fun in the members area very soon. Isn't this very inhumane? Isn't this so unlike human behavior? And how often do we hear about stuff like this? Stop comparing dogs to humans. They're nothing like humans. And we need to pay attention to that. The more we pay attention to that, the more we exalt our own humanity. Identify the differences. We don't do this. A mother who would get attacked by her own child would probably not get attacked by one of her other kids as well at the same time. Most likely. If her child just attacks her for no reason, unprovoked, like these dogs do, do you think the woman's other child would come and help beat up their mother? No, this is so inhumane. And this destroys the dog lover's narrative of how humane and human-like and like people these things are. This proves it. How could they have attacked this woman for so long without snapping out of it? Why didn't their humanity kick in? That proves there's not a drop of humanity in these mutants, and we need to treat them like that. If we don't treat them like that, we stoop down to their level. Right? We put distance between these things by not tolerating things like that. Two Rottweilers that she raised, that she brought up. Now, I don't know if she bought them when they were adults or what. That would make her even more silly. But she had them. She broke them in. She had them forever. You ask any dog lover, they would say yes. She's won them over with love. She's won their heart. Now they will protect her with their life. Nothing will happen to her. And they both launched a sustained attack on her. They didn't attack each other. My question to you dog lovers, no, I don't have no question. I'm going to make a statement. You reveal how inhumane you are when you accept something like that. When you accept a creature, embrace the existence of a creature like that, especially as a human. Y'all raise and elevate these things to a human level. The more you do that, the more you reveal how inhumane you are. It's one thing to call a group of people subhuman. It's another thing to prove it. It's another thing to give examples and then challenge any of the objectors to object. Do you object? Do you disagree? Right? Let me hear it. But yeah, good point. What is this? Seje? I can't pronounce that. Can't pronounce that. Said the biggest nightmare for any dog lover is their adorable dog turning on them. Okay. They're not adorable, man. Dogs are well known for turning on their owners. Y'all stop with all these nicknames too. The lovable, adorable, loving, all these stupid nicknames. Fur baby, fur mommy. That needs to go. Now, I'm so glad that the heat is turned up on this dog culture. So glad. There's another story I want to do. Boy, you nutters, they really get under my skin, man. You nutters are something else with your lying and your stories, your fairy tales. Always trying to project natural animals as evil and wicked.
A Colorado woman recovering after she was attacked by a moose. Happened this morning in Ward while she was out walking her dog. Tonight, Fox 13.
Oh, I'm sure it did. I'm sure she did have a dog with her. I could have guessed that. Y'all remember a while ago I said every time I hear about an animal attacking somebody, it's a dog with them. It's a dog with them. The animal came to attack that worthless mutt because it knows it's a mutant. And then the owner tries to save the dog and the owner get hurt. Animal didn't come just to attack you. Went after that worthless, abnormal mutant. I believe the natural animals of the earth, they can feel that these things are not of this universe. And they should not be here.
31's Greg Nieto in the area gathering new details about exactly what happened. He joins us live here at New at 9. Greg?
Yeah, Jeremy, we actually got to the trailhead, but had to dip down here to Nederland because of spotty cell phone service. I do want to take you back up Highway 72 to County Road 96. This is the trailhead where, according to CPW, Colorado Parks and Wildlife, they say a woman and her dog early this morning were attacked by a cow moose. Now, they do admit that the woman and her dog actually surprised that cow moose.
Oh, really? The woman and her dog actually surprised that moose? So, you say that some dogs attack when they are surprised, startled. So give the moose a pass. Why you tripping? This ain't newsworthy. Don't try to project the moose. The same thing happened. You startled the moose and it attacked you. But listen to this. Listen to this.
They do admit that the woman and her dog actually surprised that cow moose. The cow moose actually ultimately stomping and then headbutting that woman, who somehow was able to find help and make it to a nearby hospital. The dog also suffering minor injuries.
Yeah. I believe that thing went after that dog. And I believe that dog started barking at that moose. And that's what scared that moose. That dumb mutt started barking. You see how nature works? Dumb, worthless, abnormal mutt, not natural to this universe, ain't supposed to be here, should have been exterminated a long time ago. When it goes out in nature, the dogs, they basically beg nature to wipe them out. You're not supposed to bark at prey animals. Dumb dogs see them and bark. And as nature does, because dogs are now doing something abnormal, the moose stomps it. Like, you dumb mutt. Starts stomping it. Whereas if it were intelligent, it would stalk it quietly, ambush it. There, now you have a kill, and now you got something to eat. See how that works?
Hospital. The dog also suffering minor injuries. We did speak.
What type of dumb animal yells at its prey? Like, hey, run. Wow. Is that admirable?
With a spokesperson with CPW, she says in part that cow moose can be particularly aggressive when calf are nearby.
Ooh. Y'all hear that? Y'all hear that?
Particularly aggressive.
Oh, what'd he say?
Minor injuries. We did speak with a spokesperson with CPW. She says in part that cow moose can be particularly aggressive when calf are nearby.
Oh, when they're young or nearby. That's not just cow moose. That's pretty much any living organism on this planet. Oh, yeah. You get close to their young, they become aggressive. That's very well known. That's a universal law. Let's talk about universal laws. Yes. That's a universal law. Protect your young with your life. Don't get close to no mother with her young, a lioness. Male lions are reluctant to do that. And I'm talking about stranger male lions, even if it's two of them. They're reluctant to approach a lioness when she's with her cubs. And that goes for all other animals. It goes for all people too, except for dog lovers. Mainly owners of large, vicious breeds. The owners of dogs, large, vicious breeds, these people are the opposite of nature. Rather than keep the predators away, they invite them in. It's a reversal of nature. The whole dog culture, that's what it is. It's a fight against the natural order of the universe. That's proven. I even had an insect, I had a spider rear up at me when it was with its young. Even insects do this.
She says in part that cow moose can be particularly aggressive when calf are nearby.
Boulder County is definitely good moose habitat. You've got all of those streams and low-lying waterways. You have willow trees that moose love to eat.
Wow, how backwards is this dog culture? You know, you get a story after story, report after report of attacks, maulings, and you got the uncalled for and shouldn't be accepted, not even 1%, the killing and maiming of babies and toddlers and whatnot. And these same people, that is not even enough to get them to act in accordance with the natural order of things. To keep killers, predators away from them. Not now, they're still, even right now, scratching their head. Should we do it? Should it just be a breed? Oh, there's nothing we can do. Oh, more training. So in terms of intelligence, the nutters are regressing us. We can never evolve intellectually with these people around embracing this type of culture.
So whenever you're hiking in these beautiful areas, you may not be alone. There may be a moose just around the corner.
A moose? I ain't worried about no moose. I'm worried about dogs around the corner. A moose. If you got a dog with you, then you should worry about a moose.
No word yet on the condition of that woman. The CPW spokesperson adds that moose can perceive dogs as a threat. They do.
Oh, really? Y'all remember that deer? That famous deer that saw that dog like a block away and ran that whole block and stomped that dog out? You got a moose, you got a deer, both doing the same thing. Stomping out dogs on sight. We're going to have mashed mutt. Huh? Make mutt gravy. That one mutt, it was like a golden retriever, wasn't it? It was snooping around looking for something on the ground and just started getting stomped out. That deer wasn't playing. See, that deer knew that as soon as that dog saw its young, it was going to go after it. Like, nope, I'm going to take it out before it sees my young. That's intelligent. The universe made life intelligent. The universe gave us certain gifts and instincts. Nutters go against it. That's crazy to me. Isn't that crazy? No, I don't want nothing to do with people. Your brain ain't gonna function right in other areas of your life. Being that backwards.
You add, if you do happen to actually surprise a moose, the best thing to do is
No, you surprise no moose, your dumb dog. They're trying to say that if your dog bark at moose, you might be in trouble without actually saying it. Y'all catch that? That's hilarious.
No word yet on the condition of that woman. The CPW spokesperson adds that moose can perceive dogs as a threat. They do add, if you do happen to actually surprise a moose, the best thing to do is to find some sort of object. Make sure that object is between you and the moose in Boulder County. Greg Nieto, Fox.
Find an object? What type of object you supposed to put between yourself and the moose? Okay, maybe an umbrella or something, all right. Okay, I'm worried about dogs, especially in Colorado. Yeah, I'm worried about dogs. They removed their pit bull ban up there in Colorado. No respect for them at all. There's no reason why India, UK, or any other country should actually ban pit bulls without every other country doing the same thing. You know, some things are just universal. Keeping these predators, these killer mutants out of our communities, and especially out of our homes, is supposed to be a universal law. And it actually is. It just is not for the nutters, unfortunately. Because they're keeping these things in their homes, they're keeping it in my home. They're endangering my neighborhood, my life, where I live. That's unacceptable. That's unacceptable. As a tax-paying citizen, I should be doing exactly what I'm doing now. Airing my frustration and what I disagree with. Pit bull fatally shot after it attacks Yorkshire Terrier. Now, I always pull up articles when I hear about a dog being shot. Always, always. That's always hot news. Even if it attacked another dog. Somebody actually did something in line with the law as far as self-defense. There's actually a video of this. How many of y'all seen this? Boy, this really upset me. I think this surfaced a few hours ago. Yeah, maybe six hours ago, something like that. And this is in the mirror. I'm scared to walk my dog after it was attacked by an XL bully, but I'm 100% against banning the XL bully. Kate Jackson said she came across a man with 2 dogs. One she believes was an XL bully, and it attacked her dog. Why would she be against the ban? If you're scared to walk your dog, that's terrorism. When you're scared to walk the streets because you know for a fact that there is a deadly threat. This ain't paranoia. This ain't xenophobia. This is people aware of a threat. But because she's a nutter, she has a decreased IQ. So even though there's a lesson that landed right on her face that she's supposed to learn, she continues to be a nutter. Are the parasites influencing this woman? We've heard this before, other dog lovers. Even after they've been attacked, they're against the... Hell, Jacqueline Duran is probably against the ban. Brooklyn Curry. Look at her dog. Look like it might have bully in it. This is her dog that got attacked. Is that even... It don't even look like the same dog. Of course she would be against the ban. She's not that bright. My question is, why are you making an article out of such a brainless opinion? Yeah, we already know there are a lot of people in the world who ain't that bright. Stop telling us, stop sharing their thoughts with us. I'd rather hear about some anti-dog organizations being formed. Okay? I'd rather hear discussions about why these things need to be removed from our communities. We don't want to hear her defense of these things. In the Mirror, y'all remember the Mirror was bragging about how they led the campaign in the ban against XL bullies. Wasn't that the Mirror? I could have swore that was the Mirror, people, where they took credit for leading some type of ban against the XL bully. Well, this article is promoting XL bullies. You sharing a dog lover's belief that they should not be banned, you're supporting the XL bully. You trying to get other people to read this and say, yeah, all dogs are dogs. They're misunderstood. You're trying to encourage people to also be against the ban. So what are you talking about? Another nutter. The Mirror is a nutter. All the media outlets, except for like what? We found like 2 or 3 anti-dog, and really not anti-dog, just websites and media outlets that got common sense. So hopefully this will be the new wave of journalism. I don't know. It's like they feel like they have to lie to people in order to entertain them or to encourage them to read their material. I don't know. But this, they are too reluctant to acknowledge facts, the media. I just can't. I can't with the media. It's ridiculous. My goodness, time flies. I've been on here an hour already. Wow. What in the world? Shout out to everybody up in her. Mutants out. Esmeralda, what is going on? Isn't it crazy? All the stuff. I'm sorry, I can't keep up. A lot of people sharing a lot of stuff with me. It's bad. I have not been able to log on to Twitter either. I don't know if I'm alone. Every time I try to pull it up, all I get is the X. It don't load. I don't get nothing. It's not working right now. How many y'all having this problem? Look there. This is all I get. So if you haven't heard from me on Twitter, that's why. Maybe I got a janky app. But a lot of people been sharing a lot of stuff. Give me time, or at least give me to this weekend, because I'm mad busy, because I'm working a lot more hours at my job too. I would say at least 10 hours a day, sometimes 12. And also with this, all these stories coming out, it is crazy. So bear with me. Big shout out to everybody for joining me for this live stream. We got Jeannie, Ashar, Yogurt, my man Marquise. Yeah. Luis Ferreira in the building. Hope to see y'all back on the next live stream as we continue with this crusade.